What's going on, everyone? It's Andy here, and today we're talking Game Week 31 review, plus a little update. Wildcard's active, we'll talk about that later. I know what you're thinking. The Game Week finished on Saturday. It's been 3 days since then. The review's a bit late at this point, but I couldn't not talk about it. I've been pretty ill over the weekend. I'm not 100% now, but I wanted to get a video out where possible. So I'm going to go through my team, what I thought about Game Week 31. Obviously, it was a pretty good one. It's not something that I wanted to miss. And then we'll go into kind of updates on what's going to happen during the international break, my wildcard and stuff like that. So let's just jump straight into it. So this is my team. Pretty happy with the score. 101 I got with a -8. It was a really weird game week. Obviously, I quite like blank game weeks. I think people sleep on them a bit. They underestimate them quite a lot. Yes, there's not a huge amount of points to be got, but even small gains can be quite big in terms of rank, where people don't get the full amount of players. They've only got 6 or 7. They get caught out and things like that. So my score was 101. I took an 8-point hit to get there. So obviously it's not quite a 100 club. It's only 93 net, but still nice to hit over the 100 in a blank game week where there's only 4 fixtures. My rank went up to 46,305. So I think I was about 55k before that. So a nice little jump. It's not where I want to be for the end of the season, but it's a good stepping stone into now where we're going to wildcard double game week territory, and obviously one more potential blank as well. So I'm happy enough with it. I want to get to top 10k by the end of the season. We'll see how it goes. But like I say, good stepping stone. So Mo Salah, let's just talk about him. The guy is crazy. To be fair, there was people on my stream on Thursday, I think it was, who were saying you could potentially triple captain him. Now, I think I was talking about the idea that it wouldn't necessarily free hit in Game Week 35. You might save it until 37, and then you have another basic wildcard team. So use the free hit and get a completely new, sorry, not wildcard team, a completely new double game week team, just for that 1 week to take advantage of it, just in case the one you make in 32, 33 doesn't quite work out. And people were saying, well, sure, if you do that, when are you going to use your triple captain? And some people said Mo Salah this week. So I know some people did it. Congratulations if you did. You're super unlikely to beat that even in a double game week. I think Kane and Aguero and Sanchez and stuff have done that over the past couple of seasons around the 25, 26, 27 mark, but even they didn't get up to 29. So Mo Salah is in a league of his own this week. If you didn't captain him this week, I got to be honest, I don't have too much sympathy. I think there was so little reason not to captain him this week, and people have told me that's hindsight, but I've said it, and so has everybody else in the community this week. I just think when there's a bit of variance, when you've got Kane and Aguero and Hazard and other players that people are captaining, then not captaining Salah is still not the greatest idea usually, but at least you're not going to get punished so much. This week we knew that everyone was going to captain him. If he went big, you were going to get severely punished, and it happened. So I don't have too much sympathy if you didn't captain him. It sucks. You went different because you wanted to chase. I get that, but I don't think it was the week to do it, and it turned out it wasn't. Otherwise, the rest of my team, I bought in Van Dijk and Stanislas in the end. I was basically deciding between Van Dijk and Stanislas or Van Aanholt and Mane. In the end, they both turned out 16 points. I think Mane got 9, no bonus points. PVA got 6 plus the 1 bonus point, so he got 16. And Stanislas and Van Dijk got exactly the same. So, as I tweeted out before, all that deciding over 2 players, and they both ended up getting the same. Obviously, Stanislas did leave it late, so I was a bit worried, but happy enough with him in the end. And then up front, I was going to go Wilson. I was actually really worried about Wilson because I bigged him up. I thought he was definitely going to start, and he did. And I thought Bournemouth would score against West Brom, and obviously they did. But I thought they put a few more past them. So I went Rondon, who got an assist. He nearly had a goal as well. So in the end, the hit paid off. And the reason I was so pro hits is when I took that hit before the game week started, I'd taken a -8 to get 3 players in. So by the assumption they were all going to get 2 points for at least appearing and being in the lineup, that's 6 points straight away. So as soon as one of them got an assist or a clean sheet or a goal, or even a couple of bonus points, like for a defender, for example, then I was already breaking even without anyone else doing anything. So as soon as Rondon got his assist, I was happy. That was the hit paid off. It didn't really matter what Stanislas and Van Dijk did. If they did nothing, I was no worse off. If they did something, I was better off. So I took an 8-point hit and they scored 21, so that's 13-point gain. Yes, in a 101-point game week, that doesn't sound too huge, but everyone had Salah, everyone had Firmino, everyone had Mane or Van Dijk or Robertson, so a 13-point game was pretty sweet. So I'll be talking about hits this time again next year for the blank game week, I'm sure. I like getting to the full 11, and I think there's value in doing so, and it's worked out the last 2 weeks, the last 2 seasons, and obviously it might not work out every season, but I think the risk is worth it. Free hit success, obviously a lot of people have used it, claiming success, and for some people it will be. I'm not sure, I think most people have got about 15 to 20 points out of it. We'll still yet to see if that's a big win, because obviously people will use it in 35, people will use it in 37 for the double game week, possibly even in 34 double game weeks. We don't know when the fixtures are going to fall yet. So we'll see how big an advantage it is for them. Only you can decide if it was a success on your team. You know, you can't really say I got 100 score, free hit success. My free hit was a success because everyone had Salah anyway. He's got you 58 points alone just for captain. So I don't think you can base it just on that. It has to be versus what you would have done anyway, what you could have done with a few hits, etc. Obviously, if you bought in Stanislas and Tozen and Van Dijk, PVA and people like that that all got really good scores, then that's great. But if you already had some of those players, especially the Liverpool 3, then you're already most of the way there to a good score anyway. I got 101, and quickly work it out on the fly now. Over 70 of those came from Liverpool players, so I'm sure most of the free hit teams were the same. But if you used it and it was a success, awesome, nicely done. I've still got mine. I don't know when I'm going to use it just yet. And let's just move on. I'm going to quickly just do this on the fly. I've not got it set up. I've activated my wildcard. Here it is. Now, I say a few things. One, I've basically got Lukaku, Aubameyang and David Silva because they all risen in price. Now, just in case I want them in my final team, obviously I've got them in. But this is in no way a final team. I'm not even really answering questions on Twitter about this just yet because we don't know when the fixtures are going to fall. Someone made a really good post on Fantasy Football Scout this morning that basically said they might not even be in Game Week 34. Well, they will be in Game Week 34, sorry. But the majority might be in Game Week 37. So we could see a bit of chaos because most of us are expecting the majority to be in 34 and then the smaller game week to be in 37, but it could be reversed. And to be honest, until those fixtures are announced, it's pointless me constantly going for a wildcard team. That's why I've not streamed yet this week. I'll do it later on in the week. If the fixtures get announced, I'll do one before the end of the week when I'm feeling much better. But yeah, that's my wildcard team right now. I suppose the key decisions that I'm thinking through, like the rest of you, is should I keep Firmino? I've not sold him yet because I don't want to lose the value, but I'm probably going to get rid of him, I think. Is that a good idea? Let me know. Do I need David Silva? Do I need Willian? Willian's obviously, the problem with him is you feel like he's only a couple of bad games away from getting dropped, even though he's in really good form right now. Is Alonso worth it? I've not got David De Gea in this team. Do I need Man United cover? Probably in defence. They've got so many, they've got pretty good fixtures, so you've got to see some clean sheets there. Will there be rotation around rotation around Europe and the FA Cup for the teams that are still in that? There's lots to consider, and I will go through all this, but I'm not going to do it now, and I don't think I'm going to make any videos on it until the fixtures announced, unless there's some big news, like a big injury or something we can talk about. I've even thought about doing like a video on Firmino, will I or won't I? But again, a lot will depend on fixtures. If the smaller game week is in game week, if the smaller double game week is in game week 34, and I don't need such a big amount of double game week players, then I may end up keeping Firmino. Whereas if the bigger double game week is in 34, then I'll probably end up dropping him. So there's lots to consider. So yeah, I just want to give you a small update that I have got it active. It's not in any way complete. I'm not staying silent on videos on purpose. I've been ill. I'm still not 100%, and I'm basically waiting on fixtures to be announced. Once that happens, we'll be good. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Like I said, Game Week 31 was ridiculous. It was not what we were expecting. I remember on stream saying I was hoping for about 50 or 60 points because I expected Mo Salah to do something which would bring the average up quite a bit. But 101 is ridiculous. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come for those of us that have planned. We get those big rank increases at the end of the season, which we're all expecting, all hoping, and fingers crossed we get it. So I'll leave it there. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Let me know if you've got any comments below. Like I said, there's not too much I can 100% answer on wildcards, but I'll give it a go if I can. Leave a comment, share, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I'll leave it there. Cheers for watching all.